Hey everybody, Will Martin here. So I got to head off to work in about 1 hour. And so I got a little bit of time and as usual on the computer doing some work. And then I flipped over to YouTube and just for the heck of it, I typed in, nurses quitting because I know that there's been some videos popping up on my feed about nurses quitting. And so I just took a look at some videos. I haven't even gotten into them yet. I haven't opened them and looked at them, but I just want to share my screen. And this is what popped up is, why I quit my job as a registered nurse. And this one here, I quit my nursing career for an IT career, making six figures. Well, I don't blame her on that one. I quit nursing. Hospitals are exploiting nurses and I'm done. And goes on and on. I quit nursing to work at Target. And why I quit my job as a registered nurse. It's interesting quitting your job and going to work at Target. I can kind of understand that in a lot of ways. My son, who just turned 21 a couple of days ago, he got a job with the local power company here in the Northeast. And his job is to stay at home and he helps connect people to service. He doesn't have to talk to anybody. He's not customer service. He's not answering phones. He's just simply inputting information to get people set up for electrical service and gas service. So he's working from home. He's sitting in an upstairs room that, used to be kind of the kids' playroom. I've got a television in there. He's got Game of Thrones playing. He can run downstairs and make himself something to eat whenever he wants. All he has to do is he just has to be productive and do his job. The downside is he doesn't have a whole lot of social interaction, but he's really got it made. And now he's making, about as much money as my daughter makes working at Dunkin' Donuts, but it doesn't matter. He's not driving to work. He's not paying for parking. He's just saving a ton of money. He's banking it all away. And I'm thinking, in some ways, I wouldn't mind just doing that. Just sit home and do some job on the computer where I didn't really have to talk to anybody. And I don't know, that might not be so bad. That might even be better than working at Target, because at Target, you'd probably still have to interact with people. So anyway, let's check out some of these other things here. I quit my first nursing job in 7 weeks, new grad nurse. I want to get into these. I'd like to open them up and I'd like to do like reaction videos. I don't know if I'm going to get like copyright strikes for doing that, but you want to take a chance and try it because, I think there's a lot of insight that I can add to this, especially from a new grad who's worked for 7 weeks and quit. And it goes back to, I think, a video that I made at one point where I said that we're just not preparing nurses in school for what it's going to be like when they graduate. They are simply, throughout their nursing program, they're being set up for the NCLEX. They take the NCLEX, they graduate, and boom, they get a job. And now all of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, I got to work nights and weekends and holidays, and I have to work short. And instead of the 1 or 2 patients that I've been taking in clinical, now I got to take 5 or 6, or I'm going to be floated to another unit that I don't know. And, the stress just tends to build up. So I don't think we're doing a good job of preparing our nurses for what life is going to be like on the other end when you graduate. And there's an example of one right there. So I'd like to take a look at that one later on. Let's see some of the other ones here. I quit my new L&D nursing job and why I'm leaving bedside nursing. There's so many opportunities outside of the hospital. This is the thing, is that I don't think there's a nursing shortage per se. I just think there's a shortage of nurses that want to work in the hospital. There's so many other opportunities, the esthetician business and the outpatient surgery business and just on and on. There's so many things that they can get involved in that don't involve having to come into the hospital. So none of this really surprises me. I quit my nursing job to be a lash artist and no regrets. Hey, why not? Why not? I quit my job as a registered nurse. I quit my high-paying nursing job. She looks like she was a travel nurse. I know that travel nurse contracts are being slashed or have been slashed. And they're not getting the big money that they were getting before. And well, it's one of those things. I mean, when you make a really big deal about it, about how much money you're earning, eventually somebody's going to say, well, wait a second, there's a good place to cut some costs. Why don't we slash those contracts? So that doesn't surprise me. Let's see, the end. I quit my nurse practitioner job. And this is a lady that I did watch one of her videos from CNA to NP. She has some really good insight into nursing and nursing school, nursing programs, and getting clinical placement. And I mean, there's a ton of things that bug the heck out of me in regard to that. Much of it I agree with her. So I'd like to open up one of her videos and do some commentary on that, because I think we probably could really give some good information to some people that are either thinking about going to an NP program or in the midst of it, and they're trying to get clinical placement, because it's tough. Here's one here. I failed nursing school and I'm leaving nursing. That's from the UK. Nursing is not for you. Reasons why you shouldn't do it. So it goes on, and I just think that there's a lot of things here that we can talk about. I mean, in a lot of ways, yes, there's certainly people that, you know, for whatever reason, they just don't belong in that particular profession. And it's probably better to find that out sooner rather than later. And, you know, hopefully you find that out maybe in your first semester of nursing school. But that brings up a whole different issue, too. I was watching some videos about people who quit nursing school. And in a lot of cases, they said that they were pressured to go into a nursing program by their family, because their family looked at nursing as being, you know, it's a guaranteed job and it's a reasonable salary. And so there's no reason not to do it. And that's all true in a lot of ways, but people did not want to let down their families. So they got into a nursing program and they hated it. They hated every minute of it. And I mean, I can give you my perspective on that too. We'd have to go back a few years, but I can tell you that there were a ton of things that I didn't like about it. Would I do it again? I don't know. You know, I mean, I'm a little bit older and I've got a little bit different perspective on things now, but I survived it. I made through and I survived it. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to do some reaction videos. Tell me what you think. Should I do some reaction videos on some of these other videos? Am I going to get copyright strikes by doing that? Is there a way around it? Should I get permission from the video creator? I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that. So, all right. It's off to the wound clinic today. Today's a good day. Wound clinic day is always a good day. So it's just a little 4-hour stint. So can't beat that. And we'll talk to you all again soon. Thanks. Bye.